we have a reshuffle. We moved somebody up in the order because we just like her.
Great reason. No, nothing else needs to be said.
Great to see you, Vic.
Great to see you too.
It has been a hot minute. I haven't been here since Denver, so
Right.
we saw each other then.
Yes.
You're a mainstay here, but they only let me out of the cage once in a while.
Well, if you want me to have a word, I'll see what I can sort.
Yes, you have sway.
Absolutely. I
Great.
saw you on the main stage.
Great.
I think that must give you a lot of sway around here.
Well, it certainly made me feel like swaying up there.
Well, I would
It's
never
a lot
know
of it's
that.
a lot of people when you look out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Vic,
yes.
it's such an honor to get to sit down with you again. As Jack
Fantastic.
mentioned, we did have
Yes.
the pleasure of interviewing you
in Denver.
our one and only other time of doing Leading Age Live. And
Okay.
actually, Vic, I believe you're our only repeat guest as well.
Excellent.
You
Excellent.
killed it so great that we were thrilled to get to have you back.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So I'm wondering if you can just high level it for us.
Yeah.
How would you describe the Global Aging Network and who's involved?
So, I suppose the best way to think about it is it's a network, a global network of organizations, providers of care and support, sort of associations, peak bodies across the world who are all committed to thinking about the quality of life for older people and what we can do to best enhance that. And I think collectively we can give power to the voice of older people. Collectively we can share messages about what works in different countries around the globe. And, quite honestly, this is the moment for governments around the world to sit up and take notice of the needs of our future aging populations as well as our current ones.
Vic, how many countries or continents are represented in the Global Aging Network?
So we have over 60 countries represented. And I think every continent is in there. So, yeah, it's great. But it's growing. So we're really keen on the back of this event and the work that we're doing for more people to sign up and more people to become part of that movement, because that's the way that we're going to have the most influence.
Well, that's great. And you've already had, your conference was just 2 days ago, wasn't it? Or is it still going on
So
here?
we had a specific summit.
Yeah, the summit.
For which focused in on innovation.
Great.
But there's bits of Global Aging Network all around you, wherever you look. So we have the Aging Commons event over in the exhibition hall, which is organized by Global Aging Network, bringing together researchers from across the world. We've got the International Cafe upstairs where you can come and see that. And we've got a great international stream throughout this whole conference where people can learn about what's happening elsewhere.
Great. Well, so everybody look for that. Look for all the places you can go. Now, there are lots of differences in care for how older people are delivered around the world.
Yes.
So how does Global Aging Network figure out the best practice, and what can we do?
Well, I mean, I think, there's different practices because systems are set up differently. So we had a fantastic presentation, which I think kind of exemplifies the issue on Saturday at our Innovation Summit, where they were talking about the populations of people over 65 moving from 7% of the overall population to 14%. Now, in France and other parts of Europe, that took 100 years for that to happen. In South Korea, that's taken 10 years. Oh, wow. So what that means is that the way in which you deliver care, the infrastructure you build around it, changes greatly. We know from colleagues who work in India, for example, that there isn't and in sub-Saharan Africa, there isn't a great focus. There aren't lots of long-term care facilities, aged care retirement villages, because they haven't been built. There hasn't been a need. But everybody's got access to a smartphone, or almost everybody has. So lots of older people's care is fed through that kind of handheld technology, because that's where people start at. So you've got the development of kind of apps that support people around loneliness, help people identify dementia in that kind of handheld format that you wouldn't get in the US or the UK, for example. So we can leapfrog on top of that technology and bring the best of it, as you say, to policymakers and to people who want to deliver care.
I love touching on how we all just learn from each other, especially just around the world. And it's amazing to hear. I think we all handle aging services a little bit differently.
Yes.
Vic, I'm curious, with your involvement over the years of Global Aging Network, what have you learned about aging services?
I mean, I think mostly it's people. I mean, there are some extraordinary people who have given their whole lives to doing this. They have put passion into it. They've put their families are part of it. They're, everybody that they're involved in, it is part of their kind of story. And I think that's the bit that I think we had a fantastic presentation today from Jose Anders, and that the whole focus was recognizing the great people that are around you and working with them, and that's my pleasure and privilege as the chair of Global Aging Network.
And how can we ensure that older population isn't overlooked? And how does the Global Aging Network work on their behalf?
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of work to do because older people are overlooked all the time, and their voices aren't heard, and they're made to be vulnerable and be about need rather than about strength. So what can we do? Well, we can certainly add our weight to things like the UN Convention on the rights of older people. So that's Global Aging Network's been involved in that work for the last 10 years or more. And actually, a significant step forward has happened in the last year. So we can continue to focus on those kind of things. We can also, encourage learning across communities. So I'm really taken when I talk to colleagues in Malawi, for example, and we had a brilliant presentation from Francis from Cameroon last night. I'm really taken by how in other countries, older people are part of the political activity and agenda. They raise their voices, and they're heard in a way that I think often some of our more the UK and perhaps the US as well, older people's voices are not right at the forefront. It's decision makers who speak on their behalf, or advocacy groups who speak on their behalf. So I think there's lots of things we can do to make older people's voices heard directly. Some of the research that's being showcased over in the Aging Commons is particularly good at that, because it's saying not what we think people want, it's actually people's voices.
That's fabulous. Yeah.
Vic, I'm going to make you brag on yourself just a little bit,
I love this part.
because we've heard a rumor that
I know
you
what's coming.
actually have won an award from the Queen of Britain
Oh.
in 2021.
Yes.
Brag a little and tell us about the award, please.
So I was very privileged to be awarded an OBE. So that's an officer of the British Empire. And it's a recognition of my services to social care, particularly during the pandemic. So I worked a lot during the pandemic with our members and with the wider sector to make sure that people who are receiving care, the care workforce, wasn't overlooked and was highlighted. And I would say then I received huge support and solidarity from colleagues across the globe. We got together and it was vitally important in that context that we said what works and what doesn't work, and we could share that internationally. So that was a huge resource for us all.
Vic, that was incredible. I think over here in America, I think that makes you a queen, actually.
Well,
We're honored.
I'm delighted that you're so delighted for me. And I like all these things, it's an absolute recognition of my team and all the work that we do and our members. So.
Well, and I think we can all agree it wasn't our favorite time to be alive during the pandemic, but you and others like you stepping up, coming up with these plans, working together was a silver lining in that we had this moment of, the give a crap level of humanity was an 11, on a scale of 1 to 10. And so thank you for all the work that you have done. And congratulations again on that. I was so excited to hear that story again. I know we asked you to tell it to us.
I do have a little medal I can wear.
Yeah.
But
You should have
I haven't
brought
brought
it.
that with me.
I wouldn't take that out anywhere either. So, Vic Rayner, everybody, give it up for Vic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you, Vic.
joining us.